2 or 3 times a year I like to use up whatever I've got in the freezer, and that way if I sort of set that goal that I will just use up all of the stuff that's in there, then hopefully there is very little waste. In the freezer I found a piece of flat pork belly. This one does actually have a few bones in. I have taken the skin off for this recipe, and I've prepared a rub which also includes sugar and salt, and I'm going to leave that on for up to 24 hours. Obviously I'll put the rub the rub ingredients in the recipe, but this is my starting point, and it's going to have a long slow cook tomorrow. The pork belly has had the rub on all night. I've now given it an extra seasoning of salt and pepper on both sides. I've preheated the oven to 200 degrees. I'm going to roast this for half an hour at 200 degrees. Then I'm going to add in some liquid and stuff and turn the heat down. This has been in the oven for half an hour at 200 degrees. I've just lowered the temperature to 140. In here I've got roughly a sort of a cup that size. Obviously I will do all the measurements for the recipe, of water mixed with whatever your favourite barbecue sauce is. I've used 2 or 3 tablespoons. I'm going to pour this in. To add a couple of bay leaves and, oh, that's hot, and I'm going to put a tight fitting lid on, and I'm going to cook it for 5 to 7 hours. It all depends. It's quite a thick piece. We'll see. I'm revealing this with you. This was actually in for 5.5 hours because I fell asleep. So I've just woken up. I fell asleep on the sofa. I'm taking the lid off. Oh wow. Okay, wow. Okay, there we go. Look at that. What I'm going to do is remove the belly. Oh gosh, that's glossy and beautiful. To here. Let's see if that is. Oh yes, that's cooked. I'm actually going to put in another cup of water, just a little bit, and let's give that a stir. So I've just put in a bit of water. I am going to taste it. Ooh, smells divine. Let me just taste it, because if that sauce needs adjusting, we might want some vinegar or something. I'm going to put in a little bit more barbecue sauce actually, and I will just put that on the hob for a couple of minutes to warm through. Let's just mix that in. Taste it again. Sorry, this bit's probably quite boring. Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to move this out of the way. So I've put that sauce back on the hob to heat through. On here you can see this pork looks absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to use 2 forks to just start to pull it all apart, and I will get rid of the bones and everything. So pulling that apart was all made quite easy by the fact that I took the skin off before I cooked it. I've got the sauce in the pot that I've warmed through. There's just one more bone there. That looks incredible. I'm going to return that to the pot. Because I want to wash my hair before I have supper. It's a bit early, it's only about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but this will now stay. I'll just leave it in the pot and it'll stay warm, and we will have it with flatbreads and my latest favourite thing, pickle. So I'll go through all of the condiments with you at the end of this film. Thanks for your patience. So we'll start with, this is Green Goddess sauce, recipe on my website, with the addition of, my friend Sarah suggested it, and my goodness, it works for something like this, with the addition of green chilies. Then we've got my quick pickled cucumbers, using cucumbers that I had stored in the freezer. You've probably seen the film. Then we've also got, these are onions that have just been pickled in lime juice, so they're just very thinly sliced, and they were marinated in lime juice for a few hours. He's going to put some salad on, and then lastly in the pot there, oh, just look at that. That is some good looking pork, and it's all going on a Greek style flatbread. And there we are. What I love about self-assembly meals are you can have it just the way you want. So although I've cooked that huge piece of pork belly, I don't want a load of meat, so I've put together a flatbread with the lovely sauce around the outside, the pickles, the meat. I think it's still going to be a trial to eat. Obviously the flatbread, oh there we go, that's folded quite well. Absolutely delicious, and I can always go back and have more if I want.